whenever you fart, if you think of it as just some asshole following you around all the time, always doing that, you know, your backside, the other side of the coin, you know, it's the only nice asshole you know. So, ba-doom boom. Anyways, so any human being in Earth can take their left hand, okay? You know, when you look at your hands, guys, let's see if I can do this. When you look at your hands, you know, A to Z, the Alpha to the Omega, okay? Because you're God, everyone's God. So, I mean, we should all start acting like gods, maybe. Treat people better. But anyways, you can't force anyone to be nice, guys. So we're all assholes. Take your left hand, okay? 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. I see it now. This is your 1 of 7 of 13 of 110, okay? This is your 1, okay, it's a 7. Tip of the middle finger is the G, which is 7. Of 13, you know, 13 of 110. Because when you turn your hand around, it's like making 2 1s, and in between, you know, if you're left to right, foreground to background, it's 110. So God's pretty amazing because he gives me this to work with, okay, to teach you about creation, and 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. So what's also pretty neat is the living in Ottawa, actually, because Canada, you know, you can get a coffee the size of your head wherever you go at almost every hour. So the cross in my hands video, okay, that is very important because it depicts Lord of the Rings code. It depicts the 3, 7, and 9. Because if you count the circled entities, there are 9 of them. Okay, there are 7 rows and 3 columns. Huh, fitting. The 3 rings to the elves depicting the XYZ planes, 2D planes of heaven. The 7 depicting the 6 sides of the cube plus the center, because you have to have 2 pivot points or 2 bearings to rotate an axle. And then 9 depicting the plus and the X depicting the large wheel, and the 1 at the other end of the axle depicting the magnet inside of heaven, because slow and steady wins the race. Okay? You get that baby rotating, doesn't matter how fast. And you amplify it with a bunch of solenoids, and you collect the energy using sensors. It's very simple. I'm sure someone right now could actually apply themselves and do this in about 2 days. And that's how sad this is for Kevin right now. Okay, so, you know, I do the code, I make my own code, and I solve it later. I know this, because I've had the answers in front of me all along, or, you know, more or less. So, it's very interesting, free energy, you know. Yeah, talking about Tesla making awesome 5,000-pound cars. You don't have to worry about them in winter, because they're not going to slide around or anything, because you only have to power the motion of a goddamn vehicle that weighs 5,000 pounds when, you know, you don't need a battery. You don't need to rape the earth to get batteries. You don't have to charge batteries. There's way more advantages in weight and power and what you can, you know, do with that energy. You know, meet George Jetson, Jane, his wife. Okay, remember, like, I'm talking 4-pi before? I said stuff about 4-pi, even I don't remember half the stuff I say, but 4-pi is also very important, okay, depicting a 2-day cycle, which is also interesting because, you know, you're never supposed to make a decision without sleeping on it, depicting you probably need about 4-pi worth of days before you can actually fully make a true decision. Now, if you're depicting 5-pi in your hands, okay, and we live in 5D Earth, okay, because we're videotaping a movie of 3-dimensional objects in a 2-dimensional screen, okay? And that's just, you know, the basics of it. But now think of a family, okay? You know, the Battery, Metallica, family. And go listen to that song again. So, what are 4 hands? You know, more hands make for lighter work, guys. Look at all these stupid houses, okay? There's just stupid houses, guys, everywhere. Bunch of families isolated from one another, you know, and all doing their own thing. All having to do the same shit, when if they were many and shared the load, it would be easier. But no, it's not the way society works. It's not the way we build homes for the future, for our future generations. Well, that's not the way we do it now, but we can always change. So, yeah, what am I getting at? Other than I'm an asshole. Okay. I don't really know. I feel this charge happening. I don't know. The synchronicities are off the scale. Okay, and they're spreading. like wildfire, which is awesome, because they should. And I think that people should continue the gematria. Okay, I do. So I couldn't fall asleep last night. I decoded whatever, the pool video, the French wet kiss, and then he sunk that retarded shot of 2 banks. You know, that's being put on the spot. You know, that's living in the moment, guys. That's not being able to describe, you know, in normal words, what's going to happen and where the ball's going to go. But he said it in a way where I understood. And when he actualized it, that was very interesting. And very awesome and neat. Okay? So, you know, carry on and shit, but that's all I want to talk about. 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 on the cross. Look at that cross some more. Okay, look at the numbers in that cross. Okay, look at all what the numbers mean. I mean, lots of numbers means lots of things, guys, and they're all little tips in code. What does the code all go to? Okay, better understanding of a lie. I think there's a better application, and I think that application is free energy. Cheers!